can stress and worry about it, or you can just move on and do your best.
Hey Natalie. Your business was supported by Princess Trust, right?
Yes.
So we want to hear a bit more about that. Can we ask a few questions?
Of course.
So what do you do?
I'm a professional circus performer and trainer.
Oh, cool. What did you want to be when you were younger?
Professional gymnast.
Nice. And do you remember watching your first circus performance?
Yes, Britney Spears circus.
Oh,
tour.
wow. Oh, cool. And what was your first ever class like?
My first ever class in hoop was the worst experience of my life. It took me about 5 and a bit years before I ever tried it again. And then after that point, just, fell in love. And it's been like 6-7 years since.
Cool. So
I've been doing it for.
you started training, and how old were you when you started your business?
So I was 13 when I started circus, and then 22 when I started my business.
And how was it going at the start?
At the start it was great. I did all the classes myself. It picked up quite smoothly. I only really struggled when I started to employ other people and kind of delegate more.
And then you ended up performing on cruise ships, right?
Yes.
What did you like most about that?
So my favourite part about being on a ship is just the travelling aspect and waking up almost every day in another country.
Nice.
Meeting new people and
And what's your favourite thing about performing?
I guess for me it's more just for myself. It's the enjoyment of just escaping for a few minutes as I'm doing my own thing.
The Princess Trust gave you a grant. How did that help?
So the grant was used to cover all the kind of hidden costs that people don't really see. So insurance maintenance, equipment maintenance, insurance costs, class website, emails.
What's the biggest misconception about starting your own business?
It can't become your only, source of income.
Yeah. So Black Pound Day is the first Saturday of each month. Do you think it's important to support other black entrepreneurs?
I think it's important to be aware of where you purchase. I think it's more important to buy from small companies rather than large corporations.
What's the bravest thing you've ever done?
Perhaps when I was on tour with Jungle Book and the main lead, I had to cover her role and then speak on stage, which I've never trained in or done.
What's been your proudest moment?
In terms of AGL, getting it to a place where it's now my sole income.
What does AGL stand for?
Aerial Gymnastics London.
Cool. That's your business.
Yes.
And what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Not to stress, because you'll hurt yourself twice.
And what's one piece of advice that you would give to other entrepreneurs?
To not critique yourself and support yourself.
Cool. Thanks, that's all for today, and thanks for helping us support Black Pound Day.